Hello, and welcome here to Texas Motor Speedway, here tonight with the Inspired Racing League and their Inspired Cup Series, heading to race number 16 here in season number 3, the Texas Motor Speedway, to play home here tonight for the Cup Series. 134 laps around the Texas Motor Speedway here tonight. It's gonna be a very fun one here tonight, that is for sure. We got about a little over 6 minutes left here in practice. Let's take a look at our starting race information here tonight. The Inspired Racing League Inspired Cup Series Season 3, race number 16 here at Texas Motor Speedway. The 1.5-mile racetrack, 1.44 miles here on my graphic. 650 feet, 655 feet of elevation, 45 mile an hour down there on pit road for pit road speed limit. We got 77 out there in the air, 82 on the racetrack. 7 mile an hour winds to the east, southeast. Driver's going to be using fixed setups here tonight. 0 fast repairs. So I got to take care of that Gen 6 NASCAR Cup car. We see that's those cars we're using here tonight. 5 additional sets of tires down on pit road as well. And those drivers going to have a full tank of fuel. 100% fuel load here tonight. Going to have the Inspired Marketing LLC giveaway here tonight. Going to be for iRacing credits and a cash prize. So tonight, whoever can guess the driver who will end up there in P16, going to be the winner there. $5 cash and then $5 iRacing credits to the driver that they choose. Going to have until lap number 90 to make that guess. And only one guess per driver. So once a driver has been picked for P16 here tonight, that is going to be it. No one else can pick that driver. No duplicate votes per driver. So once a driver is taken, he is no longer available. Oh, look at that. I think that was that 9 there. Cade Cannon getting that backstretch wall up against that infield wall. Don't know if you guys caught that. You might not have even seen that, but let's take a look here. Practice coming into the full swing of things. Let's take a look at our championship standings coming into race 14 here, or 16, excuse me. Season number 3. Mike Hauser out on top of that list. 2 of those drivers with 3 wins this season. Mike and Elijah Fisher there. Josh Henderson, Peyton Boyle, and Daniel Lehman going to be those top 5. The number 43, 16, 17, 3, and the 10, your top 5. Then we got Travis Farmer, Cade Cannon, Jeff Peppers, Joe White, Justin Greenlee, Thomas Hernandez, Crispy Lou, Levi Ramsey, Bobby Holloman, Maxwell Tigner, Bobby Hadaway, Trent Jones, Sean Hamilton, Stephen Henning Jr., and Chris Liotta, your top 20 here in the points. Great look at all those wins here this season. Trent Jones able to get one. Cade Cannon got one. Lehman, Boyle, all with 1. And then Farmer and Henderson grabbing 2, along with Hauser and Fisher 2 as well. Or 3 for them, excuse me. Great look. Hauser with 10 top 5s. Great stat out there. how many bonus points they've got, the changes in their position since the last race, how many starts they got. Of course, only 15 available because this is race number 16, so. But a great look there at the standings. Take a look at those lap times right now out here in practice. We'll jump out top of the board right now. That number 3, Peyton Boyle, currently the fastest out on the racetrack with a little over 2 minutes left here in practice. Jumping back to that 9 there, Cade Cannon, sitting up in second. Daniel Lehman in the 10 up to third right now here in practice. Got Ty Stone over here in the 12 up to fourth. Sean Hamilton in that 61 up to fifth. He's currently not out there on the racetrack. We got Crispy Lou here in that 19 machine, the Sim Magic Bucky's hot rod out here this week. William Carter out here in the 83, back in the top 10. Right up in 10th spot right now. Thomas Hernandez, the 77, back in 12th out there on the racetrack right now. Right in front of him, Travis Farmer, that 13. In 13th, look at that. Justin Greenlee over here in the 70 machine. Currently back in 14th. We got Elijah Fisher. That snap-on number 16. Back in 15th. Man, these numbers are all too close to one another. I don't like it. Oh, man. The 48 back here in 18th. That's Bobby Holloman. That Rockstar Energy Bigfoot Enterprise teammate there, Ty Wilson, in that 55 Pennzoil hot rod here this week. See if we can take a good look. That back bumper says Arca Break Me there for Ty Wilson, so that's a little funny one out here. Definitely does. Timmy Neckerbecky, the 78 Pushhead Sim Sports hot rod. He's currently up in 20th right now. About 24 cars out here tonight so far. Practice coming to a close. His teammate, that Scooter Perfettio number 8 Pushhead Sim Sports Pushhead Productions machine. Well, practice coming to a close. We're going to roll over here into qualifying. We're going to jump side by side real quick. We're going to jump to some ads. We will be right back. Stick around. Qualifying for the Inspired Racing League. Race number 16 here at Texas Motor Speedway. Season number 3. We will be right back here with qualifying. Big shout out. Inspired Marketing LLC, Mad Performance Paints. Thank you guys, everything that you do here for the Inspired Racing League. But stick around. We will be right back. Back here out at the Texas Motor Speedway. Let's take a look. Qualifying times about to start jumping on the board. We're watching that Scooter Perfettio number 8 machine right now. Look at that. The 3 Peyton Boyle up to the top of the boards right now in that Wrangler number 3 machine. Daniel Lehman. That Baja Blast Mountain Dew number 10 up to second. Wesley Ottman up to fourth there in that 97. I think he's in a last day's grace push ahead SimSports Hot Rod out here this week. Cade Cannon, the 9 up to third. Napa sponsored here this week. Travis Farmer up to fifth there in that 13 machine. Look at that. Trent Green, the 07 push head SimSports Hot Rod up to third. Wesley back up to second. On his second lap, Cade Cannon taking that spot, pushing him down to third. So Daniel Lehman currently up on top. Cade Cannon, Wesley Ottman, Peyton Boyle, Ty Stone here in the 12, jumping up to that fifth spot. Then we got Trent Green back in sixth. Hauser up to fourth in that 43 machine, that Waffle House sponsored Hot Rod. We got Matthew Scott. He's up in the top 10, up in ninth. Crispy Lou just taking it back to pit road, back in 10th. Maxwell Tigner back here in 11th. William Carter, Neckerbecky. Bobby Hadaway up here in 14th, that 852 machine. Sean Hamilton out here in the 61 Green Kings push head SimSports Hot Rod. He jumps up to 18th on his first lap there. Oh, the 25 Matthew Scott up to 9th. Spider-Man Singular Wireless. Wow, that is an interesting paint job there for Matthew Scott. Not seen that one before. Elijah Fisher up to 16th there in that 16. Man, he's liking that number here. Second lap puts him up to 10th. Justin Greenlee here in the 70 up to 18th. Jump back Ty Wilson, that 55, back in 21st right now. Oh, Elijah up to 11th. Greenlee up to 6th. There in the 70. Daniel Lehman in the 10, still in the hot seat. Up there on the provisional pole right now. Looks like no other cars out here on the racetrack. As that 70 there of Greenlee rolling around here, but nobody else. Joe White in the 42. Bobby Holloman there in the 48. Did not set down a lap time, it looks like. We got just over 30 seconds left remaining. I think that is going to do it. So Lehman coming out on top. Cannon, Ottman, Hernandez, Hauser, your top 5. Greenlee, Boyle, Tigner, Stone, and Scott up there in the top 10. Then we got Fisher, Green, Hadaway, Farmer, Crispy Lou, Hamilton, Carter, Neckerbecky, Henderson, Maddox, your top 20, Wilson, Perfettio, White, and Holloman. We're going to go ahead, jump side by side one more time before we take you the starting grid here. Texas Motor Speedway, the Inspired Racing League, the Inspired Cup Series. We will be right back. Qualifying coming to a close here. We are about to begin our 134 laps here at Texas Motor Speedway. We'll be right back. All right, back at the Texas Motor Speedway. Let's take a look at our starting grid here tonight. Row number 1, Daniel Lehman in that Baja Blast number 10. Cade Cannon in that Napa Auto Parts number 9. Going to be starting off out front here tonight. Wesley Ottman, Thomas Hernandez. Going to be rolling off row number 2. Here in row number 3, Mike Hauser and Justin Greenlee. Good field of drivers here tonight. The Gen 6 Cup cars around Texas. Peyton Boyle, Maxwell Tigner going to be here row number 4. Row 5 rounding out our top 10 starters, Ty Stone, Matthew Scott. Rounding out our top 10, row number 5, Elijah Fisher, Trent Green, row number 6 here. Then row number 7, going to be Bobby Hadaway and Travis Farmer. Here in row number 8, we got Crispy Lou and Sean Hamilton. Row number 9, William Carter, Timmy Neckerbecky. Just inside that top 20. Rounding out the top 20, Josh Henderson and Joseph Maddox. Row number 10, Ty Wilson and Scooter Perfettio going to be rolling off row number 11. And row number 12, Bobby Holloman, Joe White, going to be rounding out our field here tonight. These drivers getting ready to fire off to start things off. That lights out on the pace car. No, they're not. They're still flashing. Never mind. Looked like it there for a moment, but... So one more time around here, and then we're going to get that green flag here. Texas Motor Speedway, the Inspired Racing League Cup Series here tonight. Race number 16 of Season 3. Live here with Push Edge Productions, Greg Thielsen up in the booth, bringing you all the action here with the Inspired Racing League. Monday, here with the Cup Series, Platinum Trucks and the Platinum Truck Series. They're on Wednesday. And coming this Saturday, the Heat Series, ARCA Racing here in season number 1. So that's going to be a whole lot of fun. Not going to want to miss the races we got here this week. Tomorrow, we're heading to Langley, some late model stocks there with the Hot Fuel Racing Short Track League. Platinum Truck Series heading to Fuji there on Wednesday. Friday, I'll be taking part in the Midwest Racing Fun League. That one's going to be fun. A triple header. Trucks O'Reilly's Next Gen for myself driving here on Push Edge Productions. Mixing it up a little bit. A little behind the scenes. Me in that race car driving. That's going to be fun. Sunday, in Rogue Racing League takes off to IRP, Indianapolis Raceway Park, Lucas Oil Indianapolis Raceway Park, there with their truck series. So that was going to be fun as well. All 7:45 CST, 8:45 EST PM start at the same time. Other than Fridays, we start 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 EST. So a great week of racing ahead of us. But we got the green flag and some exciting racing with the Cup Series. About to take off that pace truck down to pit lane into that Echo Park restart zone. Lehman and Cannon to fire us off. Green flag out in the air. We are racing here at Texas. Side by side as the field makes their way down there into turn 1 and 2. Cannon not able to get that lead on that top side. Lehman out in front, pulling ahead side by side now. Wesley Altman in that 97 down on that bottom side of Cade Cannon and that number 9 machine. Mike Hauser in the 43, looking to that low side of that 77, Thomas Hernandez. Starting to single file out. The top 5 now, all single file, using that bottom side. Now we look a little farther back. Still side by side action. We see Trent Green down there on the bottom. They're working their way out a little bit there. But Matthew Scott on the outside there. Crispy Lou almost 3 wide. Elijah Fisher there in that 16. Almost went through the middle there. Ty Stone and Maxwell Tigner. Stone loose off of turn 4. Through the grass he goes. There in that 12 machine. Oh no, he falls back quite a bit. All the way to the inside. Quite a few drivers working their way by there. Ouch, that was a costly mistake for the 12. There through the infield grass around that infield there. Oh, look at that new race leader, the 97, Wesley Altman, takes the point out in front. Think that's a 3 days grace. Number 97 Push Head Sim Sports Hot Rod out here tonight. Taking that race lead. Cade Cannon, though, side by side here with Daniel Lehman out there on that high side. Cade on the bottom, trying to make something happen here for that second spot. And he gets it done there, passes Daniel Lehman there for second. Great battle out front, though. Wesley Altman leading the way. Cade Cannon, Daniel Lehman, and behind there in that 77, the rear of our frame here, Thomas Hernandez. That's our top four. Jump back, rounding out that top five. Peyton Boyle, that number 3 machine, just out in front of that 26. Maxwell Tigner, Matthew Scott there as well. They're all battling here for that 5th spot. Elijah Fisher back to 8th, just behind that group of 3. Crispy Lou and Mike Hauser rounding out our top 10 right now. Let's take a look. Where's our closest battles on the racetrack? Perfetio in a tight battle right now. Side by side, trying to get around that number 12 there, Ty Stone. Fisher and Scott look to be the tight battle up here. Look at that. Side by side. The 25, Matthew Scott, high and wide out on that outside. Able to work his way around that number 16, Elijah Fisher there. That Snap-on sponsored machine here tonight at Texas. Across the line we go. Lap number 8 here. Let's go ahead. We're going to talk about that giveaway here one more time before we get too far into this thing. So if you want to get involved tonight on our giveaway, make sure you jump over. Oh no! Matthew Scott, the 25. The 19 goes around. A few other cars involved there as well. Bobby Holloman, the 48. The 87 there. Joseph Maddox, all involved. Talk about that in a little bit. Let's take a look. What happened here to bring out the yellow flag? Matthew Scott there in that 25. Trying to fight with Crispy Lou right here. In that 19, across the nose of the 19, that 25 goes. Oh no, right here. Oh, Trent Green, the 07, heavily involved in that one. Looks like Matthew Scott, everyone able to avoid there on that one. But we're going to have to take a look. Crispy Lou involved heavily here in this one, that 19 Buc-ee's machine. The 48, the 78, the 07, 2 of those Pushhead Sim Sports hot rods involved. Oh no, 3! Scooter Perfetio involved as well. Look at that, the 61 trying to stay out of it there. Sean Hamilton. Oh no, 3 of those Pushhead Sim Sports hot rods involved there in that one. Looked like Bobby Holloman as well. Let's take a look at the hit. That Bigfoot Enterprise number 48 taken here. He got hard. Whoops. Wrong button. Let's rewind it back. Sorry about that. Now, slow-mo. We're watching that Rockstar Energy Bigfoot Enterprise 48 here of Bobby Holloman. Hard contact there with the 19. It looked like Neckerbecky. Little bit of net code through the 19. Hopefully, he did not get too much damage. But Perfetio, hard there into that 19 of Crispy Lou. Caution flag number 1 out here early. Definitely not good for our Pushhead Sim Sports team right now. We got 1 out there in front, but 3 of them involved in that first incident. We made it to lap number 10 here. 2 laps of caution, so lap number 8. That first caution flag flying, Wesley Altman out in front in that 97 machine. He's up 2 spots here pretty early. Having a good start to his night, I'll tell you what. But first caution flag joining us here for the night. Want to say big shout out everybody out there. I see Daniel Ward out there in the YouTube stopping by. Big shout out to you. Few people are stopping in the TikTok. Nobody saying anything. Then over at Inspired, iRacing League YouTube, where you got to go and get involved in the giveaway here tonight. Big shout out Cody Jacobs, Emma, the Deranged, Teresa out there, Inspired iRacing League, Lily Ramos, Caged Ego, Rob, thank you for stopping by there, buddy. Wesley Altman out there typing in the chat, Mr. NASCAR. I do believe that's Chris Lyota out there, the Mad One, Matthew Scott, out in the chat as well. Hey, what's up, buddy? Scooter Perfettio stopping by over on the Inspired iRacing League YouTube as well. Let's see, I am going to pick, who am I going to pick for P16 here tonight? We're going to go with that 52 of Bobby Hadaway if nobody picked him yet. But so make sure you get your pick in. Nobody can guess twice, no duplicates. Once a driver pick, no longer available. And your shot for $5 cash and that winning driver to come home with $5 iRacing credit. So a great way to get involved here with the Inspired iRacing League. Big shout out Inspired Marketing LLC for the giveaway. But green flag back out in the air. Wesley Altman out in front, leading Cade Cannon and crew. Thomas Hernandez, Daniel Lehman, Peyton Boyle up in the top 5 right now. Make our way down there to turns 1 and 2. That 97 using that bottom side to his advantage right now. Oh, Neckerbecky in that 78 making some contact there with that wall. Look at that 9 of Cade Cannon down to the bottom there. Wesley Altman able to move him up the racetrack, get that pass in there. No, he did not. Side by side still here for the race lead right now. Around turn 1 and 2, that outside 97 Wesley Altman on the inside. The 9 of Cade Cannon battling it out down this back straightaway. Battle for your race lead right now. Side by side, the battle for P1 out in front. Cade Cannon and Wesley Altman are duking it out right now. Side by side, this is like 3 laps side by side for the race lead. Nobody giving it up. They both want this track position. And I am sorry, Bobby, I don't mean to put you down in P16, but hey, buddy, I don't know, I just got a feeling. That 52 resonating with me tonight. Don't hold me accountable, Bobby. Still love you, pal. But it's still side by side out front. Look at this. This is incredible. There we go. Altman. Oh, no. Altman with the run. Down that back straightaway. Able to get clear. Just as though it looked. Cade Cannon was going to make the pass. No, Wesley Altman. New race leader. I don't know if it's a new race leader. I think he got out in front to that line a few times, but back out in front, Wesley Altman, they're single file. Let's go ahead and run a top 5 rundown real quick. Wesley Altman up in that top spot, that 9 of Cade Cannon, looking for a way around right now. Let's see, did that 9 able to get a lap led there? He did get 2 laps led. Daniel Lehman with 2 as well. And then Wesley Altman in that 97 leading the way. Most laps led so far. Hopefully he don't burn his stuff up too fast trying to hold these guys off. But we will see. Jumping back a little farther. We're seeing that 10 make a little move. He's down to the bottom. Teeing up this back straightaway. Not going to get the run, of course. That outside with the momentum. Down that long straightaway. Side by side there with that 9 of Cannon, and Altman still not too far out in front of this group. Now Cannon back to 3rd. Boyle sitting here in that 4th position. Excuse me for that. I tried to get that mute button. Was not fast enough, but look at that. Elijah Fisher with that big move. Up to 4th, past that number 3 there. Looking for more to the outside there of Lehman in the number 10 machine right now. They are side by side up front right now. This battle really raging strong. Cannon, Lehman, Fisher, these guys all up in our top best battles right now. Let's see, who's the fastest 5 last lap by? Crispy Lou, Matthew Scott, Maxwell Tigner, and Necker Becky. Hamilton jumping up in the mix. So 2 of those push-ahead Sim Sports hot rods up in the fastest of the last lap there. Top 5 fastest. Let's take a look. Who's our biggest movers currently? Maddox up 10 spots. So let's take a look back at him. Where is Joseph Maddox? There he is. Maddox back here in that 87 machine, doing a pretty good job here. Moving up the field, up 9 positions, up to 11th. Starting back in 20th, so good job there by him. Sean Hamilton up 8 spots. That push ahead Sim Sports Green Kings number 61. John Deere on that side as well. He's up there on that list. Ty Wilson, another driver up on that list, currently up 6 positions, up in the 15th spot. Doing a real good job here tonight. They're battling it out back here. This is for about 15th at 55. Up there on the outside, Josh Henderson looking to make that pass down low, but Wilson able to close that door there. A little bit more side by side up here. Altman up on that high side. He has fallen off of that race lead. Cannon battling with Elijah Fisher right now for that race lead. The 97 using his stuff up a little too early, I do predict. Look at that, though. The 97 and the 10, they are battling it out right now. Lehman down on the bottom. Altman up on that high side. Side by side, 2 abreast now. Ty Stone, Peyton Boyle behind this pair. Oh no! What a save there by Wesley Altman. They get together. No yellow flag. Both drivers able to save those race cars. We stay green. Wesley Altman almost comes around. Wow, oh wow, how close was that? Daniel Lehman in that number 10, I believe that was. And Wesley Altman getting together there. See if we could take a look back at that. Altman all the way back to 15th now. We went a little too fast. Let's take a look back at that. That was insane. Yes, it was. Daniel Lehman and Wesley Altman. Both drivers able to keep it off the wall and keep those cars running. So that is great to see. We stay green flag. Lap number 26 here. Wow, oh wow. Now we're taking a look. Lehman side by side here with Mike Hauser battling for that 5th position right now. Sean Hamilton in that 61 down to the bottom. That Green Kings push head Sim Sports hot rod looking pretty quick out here tonight. Making his way up through the field. Now he's up 10 spots as well. Right in the mist, 3 wide. Here off turn number 2. They are battling it out right here for about that 10th spot. Just ahead that 10th spot. Farmer, Hernandez, Tigner, and Lehman all here in this group. There with Hamilton. It is getting wild. I'll tell you what. Let's take a look back at that giveaway here tonight. If you haven't entered yet, make sure you get that vote in. You are picking for the finisher of the 16th position here tonight. And you will win $5 cash if you correctly guess. And that driver going to win $5 there in iRacing credits. Only one guess per driver, so once a driver has been selected, no longer available to the rest of chat. And if you want to get involved, you can't join over here at the Push Edge Productions TikTok or on the Push Edge Productions YouTube. You got to head over to the Inspired iRacing League YouTube and cast your vote in their YouTube chat. It's very active over there, so you'll see a lot of chatters over there right now. Get over there and get your vote submitted before lap number 90. And we are already a third of the way through that opportunity. 134 tonight, almost 100 to go. We are already here to lap number 30. So 60 more laps to get your vote in. Get them in early. Those drivers will really start to not be there here at the end. Let's take a look. It looks like Holloman there in the 48 no longer scored out here on the racetrack. Crispy Lou, the 19, over there on pit road. He has parked it back there in 23rd. Matthew Scott, Joe White, and Bobby Hadaway back in 20th there in the 52 machine. He's back in 20th, so it looks like he is not going to grab that 16th spot right now. Let's take a look right now. Currently, that Wesley Altman, number 97, up in that 16th spot, holding it down. That 3 days grace Push Edge Sim Sports hot rod out here tonight. Working with a teammate right there, Neckerbecky, Timmy Neckerbecky in the 78. Got two teammates there, not too far from one another. Perfetio back here in 18th and Green back in 19th. Unfortunately, all those drivers involved there in that incident for that first yellow flag. But let's jump back out front. Elijah Fisher leads the way right now. He is side by side there with that 9 of Cade Cannon, though. And Ty Stone, that number 12, also in that mix. That battle for the lead right now looks like that's going to be one of those closest battles out there on the racetrack. But Farmer and Stone as well going to be in a battle. I think that one a little wrong there. I'm going to call that one out real quick. But let's see. Lap leaders. We've got a few new lap leaders now. Altman still up on top with 16. Fisher out in front. He's making headroom for that most laps led right now. Cade Cannon and Daniel Lehman all leading laps as well. Lehman still up in the mix. He's up in 5th. Unfortunately, big mistake there. Wesley Altman, he's all the way back in 17th right now. But Elijah Fisher currently that race leader. Your battle for second, though, Cade Cannon and Ty Stone, that is heating up right now. Not sure why that does not want to get off the screen. Let me go ahead. Have to restart. Oh, no. Let me try reloading. Whoa, not sure. Sorry about that. Had to reload the graphics. It's not losing that closest battles graphics for me. Why will it not disappear? I do not know. There we go. Lap number 37. The laps sure are ticking away. Fisher has lost the lead and Cannon has lost second. Look at that. Look at that. New race leader, Ty Stone, the number 12, has now taken control of this thing out front. Two Fords leading a bow tie. And look at that. The rest of the pack really starting to make some headway to gain ground back up. Look at that. The top 6 all within a second now of one another. Well, let's go ahead. While we got a moment, haven't been able to do it yet, let's go ahead and listen to the sights and the sounds here of the Inspired Racing League Inspired Cup Series. Let's go ahead and crank it up. Big thank you. A little bit of a crank it up here. Hope you guys having a great Monday. The Inspired Racing League Inspired Cup Series. Big shout out Inspired Marketing LLC, as well as Mad Performance Paints. Big shout out to those boys and girls, the partners and sponsors here that make it all happen. I'll tell you what. Out in front though, Ty Stone battling it out here with Elijah Fisher. They are halfway across the racetrack, but they're still side by side. Tell you what, that is pretty interesting to watch. Out in front, that battle for your race lead right now. And then not far behind, Cade Cannon and Peyton Boyle here side by side for P5. As Boyle able to get the best of that one there. Let's take a look. We're going to see, look at a little bit of lap times. What kind of pace are these drivers setting out front right now? Mike Hauser, a few better laps, a few worse laps. They're about match pace right now. 0.2 of a second, almost 2.5. About a quarter of a second separating first from P2 right now. Elijah Fisher out in front there in that snap-on number 16 machine. That Waffle House number 43, Mike Hauser, back in second currently. Up front doing great. Let's take a look a little through the field. We got Daniel Lehman still doing a pretty good job. That Baja Blast machine up in the top 3. Peyton Boyle, Ty Stone battling it out here for position in that top 5. Travis Farmer has entered this conversation there, that number 13, that Monster Energy Ford Mustang down there on the bottom. Then we got Cade Cannon here as well. Oh, Stone sideways down there on the apron. He's taking it down to pit road. Tigner up to 7th. Josh Henderson up to 8th. Hernandez up to 9th. No, where did Hernandez go? Big blink. Up to 8th. Henderson back to 9th. Wilson up to 10th. The green flag pit stops have begun here. And that'll round out our little top 10 rundown here real quick. Coming to lap 50, I'm going to remind you once again that giveaway here tonight, sponsored by Inspired Marketing LLC. Get over into the Inspired iRacing League YouTube channel and make your pick out there in the chat for who you think is going to finish P16 here tonight. And if you can correctly guess that P16 finishing driver, you will win $5 cash, and that driver will get $5 iRacing credit. All guesses must be submitted there by lap number 90, and once a driver has been picked, he is no longer available. No double picks, one pick per driver, no duplicates. So make sure you get over into the Inspired iRacing League YouTube and get joined in the chat and make your pick. Put your number, the driver name, his nickname that you call him. No, I'm kidding. But yeah, get over into the chat and make your pick for that driver here. The Inspired Marketing LLC giveaway here tonight at Texas with the Inspired Racing League and the Inspired Cup Series here tonight. But look at that. A new race leader. That Waffle House number 43, Mike Hauser, has found himself up in that top position right now. Little bit of change up front. That snap-on number 16 there of Fisher, not giving up yet. He's on the outside. He still wants that track position. He wants that spot out in front. So he is still there contesting that race lead right now. Those Gen 6 cars really putting off the sparks here as they go down into the turns. Those cars compressing down onto the racetrack. They are sucked down on that racetrack right now. I'll tell you what, look at all those sparks. Every single one of them. Really getting them glued down to that racetrack, helping it turn. As we reach lap number 53 here tonight. What a race it has been so far. And no problem, Teresa. Not a problem at all. I appreciate it. So Lily with a new favorite paint scheme. I saw that. Okay, we see Ty Wilson, the 55, down there to pit road. Green flag pit stops have definitely come into fruition. A few other race cars down there on pit road as well. I believe that being Matthew Scott and Crispy Lou. Fortunately, out of the race for those two. Right now, Ty Stone in that number 12 machine, sitting up in that 16th position. That battle for the Inspired Marketing LLC giveaway here tonight. Let's take a look. Let's give a rundown. Where's our championship top 5 here? Coming into this thing, not current points, but coming in to the Texas Motor Speedway race number 16. Mike Hauser leading the points there in that 43. And look at that, up front, ahead of this thing right now. Kind of let some of those drivers get out in front. Paced his time. And now has taken control of this race and the track position. Mike Hauser in that 43 out in front right now. And look at that. P2 right now. That 16 machine. Elijah Fisher second in the championship. second out there on the racetrack right now. We have to jump back here to the 8th position. Josh Henderson there in that 17 machine to jump back to that 3rd place there in the points. Peyton Boyle in the 3, sitting in 4th in the championship. Currently 4th out there on the racetrack. Do we see a theme growing here, guys? I don't know, but 1, 2, 4, all matching up pretty well. But Daniel Lehman up to that 3rd spot. He's back in 5th in points. So all these top 5 in points having a good night. Up in the top 10 right now. And 4 of them up in the top 5. Once again, big shout out. Thank you for being here. The Inspired Racing League, Inspired Cup Series here from Texas Motor Speedway. Brought to you by Push Edge Productions. Greg Thielsen up in the booth, bringing you all the action from the Inspired Cup Series to the Platinum Truck Series over to the newly formed Heat Series. Bringing you all the action here with the Inspired Racing League. The Hot Fuel Racing Short Track League, as well as the Rogue Racing League. So make sure you're not going to want to miss a great week of racing here. I'll tell you what, just like we got a great battle for our top 5 up front. We got Farmer, Lehman, and Boyle here battling it out for these positions out front right now. Looks like Fisher going back on the attack. Trying to get that top spot back from that 43 there of Hauser as well. Trying to mount a run. As well, we take a look back to last week's winner. And none other than that 43 of Mike Hauser. Mike got it done there at Martinsville last week. A great 150 lap race. Able to come out on top. Look at that, 3 wide. Back there for 2nd. Farmer, Fisher, and a lap car there of Timothy Neckerbecky there in that 78. 3 wide there momentarily. That was quite a bit hairy. Farmer up to 2nd. Fisher back to 3rd. Take a look. Henderson back in 4th right now. Up in that 17 machine. Cannon in that 9. Rounding out our top 5. See some more pit stops here. Daniel Lehman, Peyton Boyle making their way down to pit road right now. See that 10, the 9, or excuse me, the 10, the 77 there in the 3. Boyle the first one to roll off, but Lehman, the 10, able to beat him off there as they work their way back onto that racetrack. Go ahead. We're going to go right on board with this Farmer number. No. Yep, that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead. Jump on board. Watch some telemetry real quick. We ride along board that 13 Travis Farmer. Battling for 2nd right now with Elijah Fisher. He's only 3/10 back. 163 mile an hour there in to that corner. 170, 175, 178, 180. There down into turn number 1. What a great look. Let's look back a little bit behind him. Elijah Fisher, that 16, you can't even see him. He is outside. No, he's not. Fisher working his way by. Look at that. Farmer down to pit road. We missed it. Boy, oh boy. Didn't even get to see him pass. But Fisher up to second. Hauser up in the top spot. Farmer down to pit road. Interesting, interesting. Green flag. Pit stops here. We see Joseph Maddox there. That 87 blending back onto the racetrack after a pit stop. Let's see if that Farmer 16 or Fisher 16, excuse me, dives down there. He does not elect to come down there to pit road. Farmer down on pit road. Only one down there. At the moment, we got Lehman, Boyle, Green, Ottman, all going to make their way past. Then Hernandez, Tigner, Hamilton, Wilson, Carter, all going to work past. Then we got Cannon, Neckerbecky, Maddox. And now let's take a look. Look at that. Cade Cannon, the number 9. Starting out second, outside front row. Back to 16th right now. So these green flag pit stops definitely shaking things up quite a bit. Unfortunately, it looks like our biggest loser at the moment, not that he is a loser, just biggest position loser, to be a little more specific there. Sorry, Cade, you're definitely not a loser. Trust me, buddy. Trust me. Cool in my book. But let's look our biggest gainer right now. Let's take a look at our biggest gainers. Josh Henderson on top of that list, up 16, started back in 19th, up to 3rd right now. He's doing a great job there in that number 17 right now. We reach lap number 70, 20 laps left to go in our Inspired Marketing LLC giveaway here tonight. So you're going to want to make sure to get involved there in that one. And to do that, you got to hop over to the Inspired iRacing League YouTube and put your vote out there in the chat for your driver that you think is going to finish here in P16 here tonight at the conclusion of the race here at Texas Motor Speedway. Only one driver allowed per pick, so definitely make it count. You cannot pick a driver that has already been picked. Those moderators, admins out there in the chat, they'll let you know who has been picked, so make sure you pick somebody not already picked. And then also make sure you like and subscribe here on the Push Edge Productions YouTube, over on our TikTok as well. If you like, send some gifts if you're having a good time here tonight over there on the TikTok. Would much appreciate that. Sending roses and all that good stuff. That is much, much appreciated. Timothy Neckerbecky there. That driver of the 78 yesterday dropping a whole bunch of stuff over there for us. So we appreciate that very much. With that deadline for the giveaway closing in, you're going to want to get your pick in here pretty soon. Taking a look there, Sean Hamilton getting passed there by that 83 of William Carter. I got Carter picked there. I believe I picked the 83. I think I did. Or did I pick Holloman? I forget. One of those Rockstar cars. Still side by side. Hamilton looking down on the inside. They're just outside that top 10 right now. Carter up in 11th. Hamilton back in 12th right now. As these green flag pit cycles begin to come into play. Justin Greenlee cycling back out to out front, but he makes his way here to pit road. So that's going to cycle Ty Stone there in that 12. Up to the top spot. As we reach lap number 75, here of our scheduled 135. Only that one caution flag there, fortunately, does not show me that caution. It was pretty early, lap 10. But we've been green flagged since then. 13 lead changes here on lap number 76. Unfortunately, lost some of that data when I had to restart. Fortunately, the tower not cooperating here with me tonight. Who would have guessed? But Ty Stone out in front, that 12 machine. Take a look at some of our lap leaders here tonight. Fisher, that 16 with 23 laps led, back in 8th right now. Hauser back in 7th. He's got 20 laps led. Wesley Ottman, that 97, he's back to 12th. He's got 16 laps led. Ty Stone out front, back out in front in that number 12. 10 laps out in front. Our current race leader, Cade Cannon, at 6 out front, and Daniel Lehman with 2 out front as well. Let's take a look as those green flag pit stops. Who's the fastest 5 lap average here? The 5 last laps. What's their best average? What drivers are doing good over a little bit of a run? So we got Maxwell Tigner, Thomas Hernandez, Hayden Boyle, Joseph Maddox, and Daniel Lehman, all up in the 30.4, 30.7s. Hauser jumping up to the top of that list. The only 0.4 under half a second under those 30s. The 4 30.1s, 31s. Fastest 5 last lap there was Henderson, Scott, Fisher, Hauser, and Cannon. So another interesting look here at who is fastest here right now. And then our biggest gainers, Wilson, up 12 spots right now. Up in the top 10, doing a good job here in that number 55 machine, that Pennzoil Bigfoot Enterprise hot rod. Battling there with that teammate, that Rockstar Energy machine out here tonight. William Carter, that 83, there for 9th right now. Jump up a little ways. Farmer up 8 spots. He's looking pretty good. Up in 6th right now. Started back there in 14th. Carter up 7. He's having a pretty good night side by side there with his... Oh no, Bigfoot Enterprise teammate. I was just about to say, these teammates going to get into it, and they just did. Carter, a little contact there with Ty Wilson. Allowing that 61 there, Sean Hamilton, to enter this battle. And that is a push ahead. Sim Sports Hot Rod, he gets very tight there. Turn number 1 and 2. He falls back. Allows that Wilson machine by. Good to see. I do see that number 19 back out on the racetrack. Crispy Lou involved in an early incident. That crew able to get to work and get that number 19 back out there. He's up to 22nd right now. Started up in 15th. Unfortunately, back 7 spots, but you love to see it. That grit and determination getting back out there on the racetrack. That Bucky's machine looking pretty good out here tonight. I would hate to not be able to see that race car. Still some damage to that left rear quarter panel and that right rear quarter panel, but nonetheless, that Sim Magic Bucky's number 19, Crispy Lou, back out on the racetrack. Gotta love it. Up in the mix here as well, so he is not shy from being in the middle of it. Lot going on right there. Ty Wilson, Josh Henderson battling it out right there. Henderson making the best there, Ty Wilson. But we are coming to the close. Lap number 85 next time by. That is 5 laps to go. So 5 laps to go. We got $5 cash for you to win here tonight. If you can correctly guess the finisher there in P number 16. So if one of you fans out there in the Inspired iRacing League chat, so to be eligible, you got to jump over to the iRacing Inspired Racing League YouTube and vote for your driver to win, or for your driver to finish P16. And if you win, $5 cash in your pocket, $5 iRacing credit to the driver that you picked. And that ends on lap 90, so get those votes in here before the end of this. Crank it up. We're going to go ahead and hear the sights and the sounds of the Inspired Racing League and the Inspired Cup Series. Let's go ahead and crank it up. All right, a little bit of a crank it up here for you guys. We're coming to lap number 90. Daniel Lehman out in front, that number 10 machine. And here is lap number 90, your last shot to get those picks in. Get your picks in. Get your picks in. Votes about to close here in the Inspired Marketing LLC giveaway. Your chance to win $5 cash. Get that driver $5 iRacing credits there as well. Get your vote in the Inspired Racing League YouTube and vote for your driver to finish P16. We are about to close it off. Last shot. Get them in. Get them in. Let's take a look how those championship top 5 doing right now. Mike Hauser doing pretty well right now, up in 4th. He's battling it out here. Ty Stone, Elijah Fisher, they go 3 wide. There for 3rd. The 43 able to pass Ty Stone and that number 12 machine there. Fisher up there in 2nd. Just past Boyle entering this conversation. 2nd in the standings here for the championship as well. We got Josh Henderson back in 9th. He's up in 3rd in the points for the championship. Boyle up in that mix. We were just watching. Hauser was able to merc past up to 3rd there. And then back in 5th in the championship, your race leader right now, who is in contention to lose that spot, Fisher, down to the inside there. And new race leader, Elijah Fisher, able to pull ahead. But look at that. Mike Hauser says, not for long, buddy. I am side by side with you now, pal. Snap-on versus Waffle House up in front. The battle raging on right now. What a race out in front for the top 4. They are all within 0.2 of a second right now from one another. Breaking up into side-by-side, two battles. Fisher versus Hauser. Boyle versus Lehman. Boyle able to come out on top on that back battle. But Hauser and Fisher still side-by-side up front across the line. Lap number 95 complete here. We are coming 10 to go until we hit 30 laps to go. Things are certainly starting to wind down. But that battle out front definitely not settling down, I'll tell you what. This thing is heating up. Side by side across the line, Fisher just edges out that number 43, that 16 snap-on machine on that outside. Able to make it work on that front stretch, but look at that Hauser down on the bottom through 1 and 2. Not able to get cleared there, though. Fisher with another run back out there on the outside. This is a great battle happening out front right now. I'll tell you what. And just behind this battle side by side, we see that Peyton Boyle number 3 machine not far behind as well. Able to make his way by that 16 Elijah Fisher. Fisher utilizing that high side all the way out to that wall, trying to keep as much momentum as he can. But look at that Hauser just trucking down there on the bottom. We're on board looking outside that rear bumper there of Mike Hauser right now. Elijah Fisher, Peyton Boyle battling there for second. Laps winding down. Big shout out Inspired Marketing LLC, tonight's giveaway sponsor and a big partner and sponsor here with the Inspired Racing League. Also, Mad Performance Paints. Big thank you, guys. If you need a livery here for iRacing, make sure you get in touch there with Joseph Maddox, or now the partnership there, Rob Wilhoit there with RB Designs, I think, or RD Designs, something like that. I think it's RB. But over there at Mad Performance Paints, so make sure you go check them out over there on their Discord. Ask Joseph or Rob. They'll hook you up there. Coming to lap number 100. We've made it to the triple digits. 34 laps left to go. Things are definitely starting to wind down. Mike Hauser out in front. Take a look at our race recap here. One caution flag for 3 laps, 17 lead changes. We saw quite a few there happen while we were watching that battle out front. But look at that, Fisher and Boyle now battling for that second spot. Boyle looking at that outside in that number 3 machine, trying to make something happen here. A lot of green flag racing tonight. I love to see it. Long green flag runs. You really got to take care of that race car. So we know Hauser out front, Fisher, Boyle. We got Daniel Lehman here in that 10 machine, and Thomas Hernandez, that 77, rounding out our top 5 right now. I am expecting some green flag pit stops to be happening here relatively soon, because we're running the course there. Those last pit stops coming on lap 60, 50. So we're coming in that pit window right now. Mike Hauser last pitted 74. Boyle 62. Fisher on 73. So definitely coming in on that window. I don't know if they're going to be able to make it all the way. Might be a little bit close. They may very well be able to make it, but some of these guys pitting on lap 62 there. Lehman, Boyle, Hernandez, as we ride on board here with him. Something you're definitely going to have to keep your eye out on here tonight. Got 169 off of turn number 4. All the way back on the gas here for Hernandez through that front straightaway. 180, 182, 83. They are really flying around this 1.5 miles here at Texas Motor Speedway. Tell you what. Big blink there. Wow. There for Hernandez. Wow, oh wow. 30 laps to go. Next time by. Lap 104 here. It's coming down to the wire. Wow, oh wow. So let's check in. Watching that race leader right now, Hauser. He's built a gap, 1.5 seconds to that number 3 of Boyle. He's got Crispy Lou there as some lap traffic. That 19 in the mix coming into play. Fisher in that 16. Boyle all mixing it up there. That actually looking like it might get a little interesting. Kind of saw that foreshadowing. Look at that Fisher down to the bottom, trying to make his way around that 3 of Boyle. He does. Fisher up to second. With 29 laps left to go. 28 there at the line. But let's take a look. That battle there for the 16th position currently. That Inspired Marketing giveaway right now. Look at that. The 26, Maxwell Tigner, currently in that spot. Coming to 25 laps left to go here shortly. Who's in that battle for that? Was about to say Scooter Perfettio, but he is just now making his way off of pit road in that Push to Edge Productions, Push to Edge Sim Sports number 8. A great looking hot rod there. One of those Dale Earnhardt throwbacks to that Taz number red machine, but he's got Push to Edge there on it instead. Gotta love it. Oh no, teammate there, Trent Green, that 07 machine. Side by side right now. Green back in 19th right now. Down a lap there to that 8 machine. Started up in 12th. Unfortunately, not the way Trent wanted the night to go. But let's see if he can turn things around here. Still some laps left, so anything can happen. Anything can happen. Take a look there. Bobby Hadaway making his way down to pit lane there in that number 52 machine. That Bigfoot Enterprise hot rod letting that crew come get to work. Looks like Crispy Lou in that 19 also bringing that race car down here to pit road. Matthew Scott, I see that 25 back out on the racetrack. Great to see that. Another one involved in some incidents. Took it down pit road. Able to get back out here and racing. Great to see it. I love to see it. Fortunately, Joe White, Bobby Holloman, the 48 there in the 42, not able to get those cars back out on the racetrack. But we're under 25 to go. 24 laps left remaining here at the Texas Motor Speedway. The Lone Star State here in Fort Worth, Texas. Great look at that racetrack here. Take a look at that weather out here. How much has that changed? 83 out there on the racetrack. 75 out there in air temperature. So, pretty nice night here at Fort Worth, Texas, here, Texas Motor Speedway. Once again, big thank you stopping by here. Push to Edge Productions. Live here on Push to Edge Productions YouTube. Over on the Push to Edge Productions TikTok. Here as well tonight. As well, we're over on the Inspired iRacing League, the Inspired Racing League YouTube as well. Here, home of the Inspired Racing League. Greg Thielsen up in the booth, bringing you all the action from the Cup Series here on Monday night. The Platinum Truck Series there on Wednesday, and the Heat Series coming on Saturdays, all 7:45 CST PM, 8:45 PM EST. Big thank you to Inspired Racing League, everything that they do here for us at Push Edge Productions. Much appreciated. Also, big shout out to their sponsors and partners, Mad Performance Paints and Inspired Marketing LLC, the sponsor of the giveaway here tonight. But we are 20 laps left to go. Look at that. Mike Hauser still out in front of that 43. Doing a pretty good job jumping back. Elijah Fisher in second. He's got a whole lot of lap traffic ahead of him. Sean Hamilton, Ty Stone side by side. We got Travis Farmer up ahead of them. And then Justin Greenlee, that 70 just behind him. And he's right in the mix of it. Jump back to third. That 3 of Peyton Boyle. That Wrangler number 3 machine. Back in that third spot. Josh Henderson, that 17 Tractor Supply Company machine. Back in fourth, up 15 spots. Currently our biggest mover. So doing a good job there in that 17 machine, I'll tell you what. Rounding out that top 5 as we're coming to 15 to go. Cade Cannon, that number 9. Moving his way back up that racetrack. Last we checked, he was back in 12th or 9th. Something back there. So good job by that 9. Working his way back up here to the top 5. Look at that. Just outside of the top 5. Ty Wilson also up 15 spots. Would be the biggest mover. But Josh Henderson up higher on the list and has the same spots up. So it normally goes to the higher up. But Ty Wilson, an honorable mention here for biggest mover. He is doing mighty fine tonight as well, up 15 spots. And look at that, up to 7th as we go down our top 10 rundown. Up 13th here tonight. Joseph Maddox, they are in the 87, that Realtree machine here tonight. Started back in 20th. So oh my, a lot of these drivers moving up the field. Tell you what, Farmer back in 6th, though, in that number 13 machine. Back to 7th he goes. Not sure quite what happened there, but okay. Ty Stone, that number 12, continuing that top 10 rundown. He's back in 8th spot. Justin Greenlee, the 70, up in the top 10. He's up in 9th right now. Having a pretty good night. He's down 3 spots. Started up in 6th, but still having a pretty good top 10 run here. A little farther back, battling for that top 10 spot. Thomas Hernandez side by side here with Daniel Lehman, the Baja Blast machine. Down to the bottom, that pole sitter starting out on top. Down on the bottom, fighting side by side here for 10th with Thomas Hernandez in that 77 right now. And then a little rundown, the last cars on the lead lap, it looks like. Sean Hamilton, that 61 back in 12th. Passing that Trent Green, number 07. Bushhead Sim Sports teammates there. That Green Kings machine out on the lead lap. Wesley Ottman, another teammate there in that 97 back in 13th. Oh, little bump there from Farmer. Contact a little bit. Carter, William Carter, the 83, also looking like he's on the lead lap. It looks like no. They are actually getting put a lap down here. Look at that. That race leader out in front there. But what a night here at Texas Motor Speedway. Look at that 3 wide there. Wow, oh wow. Ty Stone, Mike Hauser, your race leader right now. Elijah Fisher, all in the mix there. Ty Stone up to 7th, a lap down. So that's your first car a lap down, excuse me. A lot of cars a lap down. Green flag pit stops. A big play into that one. Well, let's take a look. A lot of representation here tonight for the manufacturers. We got some Fords up in the 3 spots, bow ties up there as well. A good variety of the two. Little look who's up, who's down as we go. 10 laps left to go here at Texas Motor Speedway, the Inspired Racing League Inspired Cup Series. It is coming down to the wire. Mike Hauser in that 43 trying to make his way through this lap traffic right now. Elijah Fisher here in the number 16, back in the 2nd spot. My, oh my, it's coming down to the end. Watching that Wesley Ottman, 3 days grace, a big bump as we ride on board here. Elijah Fisher racing for that race lead there with Mike Hauser, that 43 machine. Daniel Lehman getting involved here, that number 10 as well. Things are winding down, the race for that race win. It's definitely not made easy for Elijah Fisher here with these lap cars battling it out right now. Definitely what Mike Hauser wants to see, but not what Elijah Fisher wants to see. I can guarantee that. Jump on board. He's still side by side there with Ottman. Eight laps left to go. Things are winding down quickly. Hauser just got to keep it in front of that number 16 right now. Let's take a look here. Looking at our head-to-head coming to the end. That 16 just not able to make up ground. He's also actively losing about a 10th a lap right now to that number 43 here, Mike Hauser. Looking back, cars scattering everywhere. It's going to be hard for that 16 to make it through this lap traffic and work by that 43 all at the same time. That's a tall task to ask, I must say. Coming to 5 to go. Next time by. Wow, oh wow. Things are definitely amping up the intensity of all these drivers. Definitely on 100 now. Right on board with that second place Snap-on sponsored Elijah Fisher for a moment as he tries to chase down your race leader Mike Hauser. Almost a full second out in front. You see that gap right now. With 5 laps left to go here at Texas Motor Speedway, Fort Worth, Texas, putting on an absolute show for us here tonight. Off of turn number 4, 4 to go. Boy, I don't know if he's got the time to do it. Coming down to the end, let's check back here. Who's sitting 16th right now? Look at that. Scooter Perfetio in that number 8 machine. Popping up to that 16th spot. Coming up 4 to go, 3 to go. Next time by. Will it be Perfetio? It's looking like it. Maddox, the next guy by, and he just went down there into pit lane. Not a battle for position here. We see Matthew Scott working his way around that Perfetio number 8, but 2 laps left to go. Next time by for Mike Hauser that Waffle House number 43 machine, trying to get it done here at Texas. And I saw that correction, R-Dub Designs, excuse me. They are Rob Wilhoit as that partnership there with Mad Performance Paints. Sorry, Rob, I forgot. I didn't remember. I know there was an R and a D in there. I knew it was, but big thank you, buddy, stopping by, watching the madness. But look at this white flag. The white flag is out at Texas. Mike Hauser, one last lap to get it done. Ty Wilson at 55, just ahead. A lap down car right now, back in the 10th spot. Not a car that he's worried about. But Mike Hauser, this number 43 Waffle House machine, back to back. He won at Martinsville last week. And off of turn 4, Mike Hauser will do it again here at Texas. What a night. Mike Hauser, that number 43 Waffle House machine, able to get it done here at Texas. That 16 there, Elijah Fisher, able to finish off there in second. Great job there by him. Josh Henderson, the 17, able to pick up third. Thomas Hernandez, Daniel Lehman, your top 5. Travis Farmer, Ty Stone, Justin Greenlee, Sean Hamilton, and Ty Wilson, your top 10. What a night, but look at that. Your race winner, Mike Hauser, here at Texas. Burning it down there on the start-finish line. A much-deserved win. Great job there by Mike. That Air Force Waffle House number 43 getting it done here tonight. See STP on that race car there as well, that Ford Mustang. Able to get it done. Ford Mustangs 1, 2, 3. So great job tonight by Ford as well. Tell you what. Looks like that celebration coming to an end for that Mike Hauser number 43. What a night. What a night. Let's take a look here at our race results before we get out of here. Wow, oh wow. And no winner to the giveaway here tonight. Scooter Perfetio there in the number 8. Coming home in 16th. And I guess nobody picked that Scooter Perfetio number 8, unfortunately. But our results here tonight, that Mike Hauser, number 43, able to get it done. 60 laps led, the most laps out of anybody. So well-deserved there for the 43. Elijah Fisher coming home second, that 16 machine. And rounding out the field, that 17, Josh Henderson. Great job by all of those drivers. What a night. The Texas Motor Speedway, the 1.5 mile, 1.46 miles here on my graphic. 134 scheduled laps. We went that 134 scheduled distance. Only one caution flag here tonight, so that was great to see. Only 3 laps total under caution. 17 green flag lead changes among 6 different leaders. And these drivers went 195.84 miles here tonight. So a great race. The Texas 195, I guess, here with the Inspired Cup Series. What a great night. Henderson, look at that. The biggest mover finishing on the pole there as well, that number 17 machine. Great job there by him. Up 16 spots. Starting back in 19th, up to 3rd. Great run there by him. Mike Hauser, already talked about those most laps led, 60 of those. Wesley Ottman, that 97, the Pushhead Sim Sports hot rod, was able to get that fastest lap there with a 29.566. So that 97 machine definitely having some speed here tonight. Just not the look that he wanted, finishing back there in 12th. And then that pole sitter, Daniel Lehman, in that number 10 machine, finishing off with a solid top 5 there in 5th. So good to see that one there for him as well. Mike Hauser, Elijah Fisher, Josh Henderson, Thomas Hernandez, Daniel Lehman, your top 5, Travis Farmer, Ty Stone, Justin Greenlee, Sean Hamilton, Ty Wilson, William Carter, Wesley Ottman, Cade Cannon, Maxwell Tigner, Peyton Boyle, your top 15, Scooter Perfetio, Timmy Neckerbecky, Joseph Maddox, Trent Green, Bobby Hadaway, Crispy Lou, Matthew Scott, Joe White, and Bobby Holloman. Your results here tonight, 24 Gen 6 NASCAR race cars here tonight, or Gen 6 Cup cars, I should say, for the Inspired Racing League Inspired Cup Series. What a great race from Texas. Greg Thielsen up in the booth. You guys stick around. I appreciate you. All you fans hanging out. Much appreciated. I see Cobbs Racing out there. Inspired iRacing League. No winner giveaway out there in the chat. Emma the Deranged. Teresa out there. Lily Ramos out there. Caged. Ego. That's Rob Wilhoit. Thank you guys stopping by here. Jason Williams. Mr. NASCAR, I'm pretty sure that is Chris Lyota. Jason Williams out there as well, stopping by. Much appreciated. Scooter Perfetio, Cody Jacobs, JC Fish stopping by as well. Out there in the chat over Inspired Racing League chat. Scott over there, Harvick to win as well. Big thank you all you guys stopping by out here. I couldn't do this, guys, without you. Wesley Ottman stopping by over there as well. Matthew Scott over there as well. I appreciate all you drivers stopping by the chats, getting involved. I really, really, really do appreciate it. Definitely makes a difference. Grabs some more people and brings them in. Great job by all the drivers. Thank you all the fans. I also saw Daniel Ward over there on the Push Edge Productions YouTube stopping by here tonight. Inspired iRacing League stopping by over there as well. Fortunately, nobody liking the TikTok here tonight or doing anything over there by the looks of it. I don't see nobody hanging out. Digital Sports Cards might be out there in the chat hanging out, but unfortunately, he wasn't very talkative here tonight. Or she, actually, I don't really know. But let's go ahead. We're going to go ahead, jump over to Victory Lane. We're going to talk to Mike Hauser, get the podium finishers, Elijah Fisher, and Josh Henderson to interview as well. So stick around. We're going to be right back from Victory Circle. Greg Thielsen, Push Edge Productions. Make sure, if you had a good night here at Texas Motor Speedway, you go smash that like button down on this video. And if you're on the Inspired iRacing League YouTube, go head over to the Push Edge Productions YouTube. Go hit like over there. Follow us, subscribe over there as well. Do all the things. I appreciate it. Check us out on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Push Edge Productions on all the platforms. Make sure you go check us out. Drop some likes on some reels we've been doing, some shorts. You know, go stop and show some love. I would much, much appreciate it. But stick around. We are going to be right back with Victory Circle. And we have made our way over to victory lane. That driver of that Waffle House number 43, Mike Hauser, ending up on top here, Texas Motor Speedway, here with the Inspired Racing League, the Inspired Cup Series. Mike, walk me through that race a little bit here tonight. We were back-to-back winner last week there at Martinsville, coming back again this week, taking home Texas. How was tonight, and how's it feel going back-to-back here again?
Oh, feels great, Greg. I mean, I don't know what to say right now. It was a long night for sure, but it was, for the most part, pretty smooth. We only had that one caution, so I'm really proud of the field and everybody for keeping it green and, being clean and respectful out there. So, yeah, we had that caution with first 10 laps, and it was a little bit of a gamble there because I knew if we pitted there, I would have just been barely good enough. I was literally within a lap of fuel to the good there at the end. So by pitting that first caution, it took fuel only, and that was able to allow us to one pit it. And I just kept my head down and just ran the bottom. I got a groove going on that bottom, just managing tires, because 5, 10, 15 laps into the run, the tires, they hurt bad, and they may not look bad on paper if you look at the wear, but it feels worse than it looks. So I knew coming into the night that was going to be a big deal. So I just practiced patience, and it took a lot, especially when I had Elijah bearing me down there pretty much the whole race. He was on the same strategy as and I knew I kind of had to keep him behind me if I wanted to win. So huge shout out to Elijah, by the way. We raced each other hard, but we did it cleanly, and it's all I can ask for out of anybody. Like I said, it was getting a little sketchy, wondering if I could make it on fuel. I was just right there on the number. And some lap traffic, I won't lie, kind of got me a little heated. I was pleading with them on the radio saying, I don't care if you pass me, just stay in front of me. Give me, let me have a little bit of clean air here. And 97 was racing me really tough there. Trying to stay one lap down instead of two, which I don't really understand. Just help a brother out. That's all I ask. But yeah, it was a smooth night all around for the 43. The entire Pristine Performance crew, by the way. Josh Henderson, P3. Justin Greenlee, P8. That's what we need to see, and that's what we're capable of. So I'm super, super proud of all those guys. We were all fast tonight. We all had really good pace. So super proud of them.
Such a great job there. Mike Hauser, that 43. So we didn't get to touch that back-to-back there, Martinsville in here. 2 wins adding up there. We're on top of the points already. We got 3 wins here this season. Adding to that stat 4, you're the first driver to win 4 this season. Looking at we're coming down to the playoffs here pretty shortly. I know we're already locked in there to the playoffs, I believe. So what's the hope here heading into the playoffs? Looking a little down the line here, heading off to New Atlanta next week. So some drafting. That's going to be very interesting as well.
Yeah, that's first and foremost, just do what we can. I know we stretched the gap on Elijah a little bit, but we're not safe by any means. I think keeping the regular season points lead is going to pay us huge dividends. That's 15 bonus points essentially, because I think the seeding is 15 points per position you are in the regular season points, plus bonus points for wins. So just trying to keep that number 1 spot there. And I am so looking forward to these playoffs. We have so many good tracks. Rockingham, Darlington, one of my best tracks. Rockingham, a really good track for me. Bristol, New Hampshire, Richmond, such good tracks. So I know we're going to have a ton of speed coming in these playoffs. We just got to make sure we don't step on our toes or anything, and just not lose our cool, keep it calm, keep it collected, and just keep chugging along there, because I know we're going to have pace to win a lot of those races, but just staying up there and not letting races get away from you, or not having bad points days, even if it's not a win.
Yeah, definitely going to make that difference. Well, great job here tonight. Mike Hauser, that number 43. I'll let you go celebrate with the crew. Congratulations one last time. But before I let you get out of here, who you got to thank one last time?
Yeah, no, thank you for broadcasting. Thank you, Elijah, for putting the league on, and huge shout out to him again for racing me clean. We did race really well there at Vegas earlier this year. We're always clean around each other, so I appreciate it. Try to give it back to him anytime I can as well. Thank you to Josh and Justin at Pristine Performance. It's been a rough going for a lot of us with internet issues, or just kind of getting taken out and things just being a victim of circumstance. So I'm super proud of them for bringing home. You have 2 top 5s and another top 10 tonight for us. And I want to thank them for keeping me cool. Like I said, when those lap cars were around me, I was starting to get a little impatient, a little antsy, and they kept me cool. They kept me in the game, and I couldn't ask for better guys, and they're really good teammates, and I love them. So just want to thank them, and I want to thank Sabrina for watching and cheering me on. Her support's always awesome, so appreciate it.
Awesome job tonight. Look forward to seeing you throughout the rest of the season there, pal.
Thank you, Greg. I appreciate it.
All right, that driver of that number 16, the Snap-on sponsored driver here this week, Elijah Fisher, bringing home the podium here. P number 2, a hard-fought battle there with Mike Hauser for many of the laps. Fortunately, we kind of talked to Mike there a little bit. Lap traffic kind of got you guys a little bit separated there. Tell me a little bit how that race went for you tonight. Then there at the end, kind of battling with lap traffic, trying to battle for that race win. How hard was that?
Yeah, it was a really tough one. For most of the race, it kind of felt like I couldn't really figure out exactly how hard to push or not, because it was very like I try to save on the run and it didn't seem to do anything. Like lap times were gonna fall no matter what. But it's also really fast at Texas, and you always figure like you can go way quicker, do this or that, but then the moment you push, your times actually fall down. So you're just trying to manage all that. And then in that last run, like I kind of backed it up just to make sure I was good on fuel, and I started to make kind of a run. And then we had a couple of lap cars on some fresher tires that, my couple of my teammates that got around me, and I said, guys, don't make it hard for Mike. That's kind of my thing. I don't want lap traffic to be the factor. And there were just a couple cars in front of Mike that were kind of slowing him up a little bit. And I was like, okay, I'm going to kind of gain on him. And I just didn't want to pass him knowing the scenario, that was going on. But I didn't really have anywhere to pass either, so to speak. Like it was difficult to try to be like, okay, is this a good opportunity to like take it 3 wide or not? But I didn't have that chance either. So it was kind of a difficult navigation, and then I got kind of stuck behind some of it, and we had to put the bumper to a couple people. But just, I don't know, those last 15 laps, my car just did not want to turn with somebody in front of me, so I didn't really have a lot left for the 43. He was quick, and I just wish we could have got side by side like earlier. That's all I was hoping for, but P2 is P2. I'll take it.
Yeah, a great finish here tonight for that number 16 Snap-on machine here. Texas Motor Speedway, the Inspired Racing League, Inspired Cup Series. So a little bit about the track. How did that track treat you here tonight? I know turn 2 for me, very difficult. Coming off of 2, I just tend to smack that wall a little bit. How was that car how was preserving that car here tonight?
It was really tough. I'm not going to lie. Right off the bat, there were a couple guys that were looking really loose off of 2. Texas is really tough on restarts. It's very loose right off the bat, and especially if you get some aero packages like in the trucks or O'Reilly cars, it can make it really, really increasingly difficult. Luckily, we don't have too much of that, but you can definitely feel the air off the back spoiler kind of moving the rear tires around. And so it was really difficult to kind of navigate that. And then turn 2 gets really tight. So you have that big transition where you're a couple laps, it's really loose. And then all of a sudden it just really wants to plow. And then you got to go into 3. And I just feel like going into 3 was a really interesting time, because you kind of had to counter steer on the entry before you were really even in the corner. And there were a couple times, I had to get out of the gas just to make sure I wasn't going to over rotate or anything. But it's a fun track. I definitely enjoy Texas a lot. I just kind of wish, I kind of wish we were in a little different car. The tires could have done a little more, but we'll finish the Gen 6.
But a great night and a great result here. I've personally been around this racetrack in one of the NASCAR Racing Experience cars, and I'll tell you what, it is a blast in real life. Turn 2 comes at you so fast in person, and it's so much wider going down into 3 than it looks. And you kind of get that feel here in the sim. It's just so wide. There's so many different lanes you could choose. You can run up high, kind of like you were doing there for the majority of that long run, kind of keeping that momentum up high. And shooting off down that front straightaway. But a great job here, P2 for that 16 machine. Before I let you get out of here, who do you got to thank here for tonight, pal?
Yeah, of course, I got to thank my teammates for helping me out there quite a bit. They were giving some good info throughout the race. Just proud of everybody to be able to go over 120 laps green. I know there was a couple guys that were caught up pretty early on, but it was nice to not have, repeating cautions and actually kind of break away for that for once. So very proud of everybody in the group. I know this league is capable of these types of races, so it's very nice to kind of get that green flag stint. And I'm sure for you it was kind of a shock there. You almost had to get some Milo's tea or something there, but yeah, just proud of the guys.
Yeah, definitely had to find my moments to take a break.
Yeah, I figured. So shout out Milo's teas for you. Yeah, and then of course just got to thank mom, family, everybody, and God, and thank you of course for putting on the broadcast, Greg.
Well, awesome job here tonight. Great podium finish there for Elijah Fisher. We head off New Atlanta next week. We going to be a little interesting. We saw the sparks flying off these cars, so we know they're sucked down to that racetrack. It's going to be an interesting shoot off into this playoffs coming up. It's going to be a lot of fun here, but congratulations, pal. Look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Go ahead and grab that final driver, that driver of the 17, Josh Henderson, able to capture that podium position here. P3. How did that race go for you there, buddy? Battling these conditions, lap traffic coming into play there late. 2 green flag pit stops. How did the night wind up for that number 17 team?
One green flag pit stop. So, thank goodness it went green because we're still having car issues. We'll have fun with it. We're having car issues. Can't seem to stay solidly on the track. So basically had to ride around for about 40 laps, just letting everybody kind of thin out. And then once I felt like it was safe to start passing guys, just started picking them off one by one. And one of these days I'm going to have a stable car, if you know what I'm talking about, and we're going to be able to race the entire race. It'll be a lot more fun. So doing the best we can with what we got, and was able to pick them off, play the strategy right. That first caution came out. My boys and I pitted, topped off. They were able to just make it on one stop from there. So, still every single lap, man, wide open through 3 and 4. So it's feeling good. Worked out in the long run.
Yeah, a few of the drivers taking those 2 stops. Awesome. Did not know you guys up front only took that 1 green flag. It popped up on the caution. That was a smart strategy there. Great job by the team. Here, you guys, 1 and 3, and then a top 10 for you guys as well tonight. Doing a great job with the teamwork coming into play. Did you have some preparation for tonight? What got it done here for that team here tonight?
No. We just wake up in the morning and go to the bathroom with excellence, man. That's all it is. So yeah, we don't get it. We don't get a lot of practice, and unfortunately with my work schedule and everything, Mike does a fantastic job throughout the week, kind of updating us on times. We've got an awesome group that not only races this league, but races in other leagues too, who help us with road courses. We do dirt in a different league. So it's like we work together as much as we can, just with notes and videos and things like that. And Texas has always been a good track for me. Like I said, I wish I could have raced from the drop of the green flag. I actually thought I had a really good qualifying lap, but it was disconnected. I crossed the line and it said invalid because of just, connectivity. And I'm like, come on, man. So, at this point, it is what it is. But yeah, team's fantastic. Great job to Justin. 8th place. What's up, bud? And then Mike, heck of a job, man. He's a champion for a reason. He's so fast everywhere we go. Keeps his head on straight, logs laps, and leads them. And he does a great job. So kudos to my team. Appreciate them jumping on board. Technically, I'm the owner, but man, it feels like nobody's really the owner. It's just one group of guys all trying to make each other better and faster every single week.
Awesome job by the team. Well, great job here. Coming home with the podium here, Texas Motor Speedway, the Inspired Racing League, Inspired Cup Series. Before I let you get out of here, Josh, who do you got to thank here, pal?
Thank you for putting on the broadcast. Really appreciate it. Thank Elijah for running the league. I know it's not easy. There's a lot that goes into it, and it's not easy to do that. Thank obviously my team. Like we said, they're a fantastic group of guys. I want to thank my son Colton. He's my biggest fan. Right? He's a rock star. P3 buddy, and then thank all my family for letting me do this every night. So yeah, we went fast, didn't we? All right, thank you, Greg. Appreciate it, man.
Awesome, man. Great job. Look forward to seeing you next week, pal. Go celebrate with the crew. Have a great one, pal.
Awesome. You too, buddy. Thank you.
What a night. What a night. Texas Motor Speedway coming to a close. That is going to be it with our interviews. Let's go ahead, take a look one more time here at our race results before we get out of here. Mike Hauser able to cap off the night. The most laps led there, 60 laps up on top of the board. Elijah Fisher there second. Josh Henderson, the hard charger, up 16 spots. So a great job there, starting back in 19th, able to capture that podium spot there in P3 here around the mile and a half Texas Motor Speedway. It says 1.46 on my graphic. I don't know. I've always heard it's a mile and a half, but hey, close enough for me. I'll call it that. But 17 green flag lead changes between 6 different leaders. So definitely a lot of passing out front, a lot of drivers able to work their way through the field. Green flag pit stops. Definitely throwing a wrench into a few drivers' plan here tonight. 1 caution flag all night. So a great job there by those drivers. 3 laps total there for that. 134 scheduled distance. We went the whole thing. 195 miles, 195.84. So that definitely interesting. And then Wesley Altman, that 97, able to capture that fastest lap of 29.566. Great job there by him in that push edge Sim Sports hot rod. Daniel Lehman, the number 10, starting off on the pole. Unfortunately, I think Lehman did finish, I want to say, what was that, 18th for Lehman? No, Lehman with a top 5, that's right. Daniel Lehman, that 10, with a top 5, finishing there 5th. So great job there by him, of course. No winner tonight for the giveaway. Nobody picking Scooter Perfetio there in 16th. So unfortunately, no giveaway winner here tonight. But what a night. What a night. It was an awesome job here tonight. I had such a blast. Let's take a look where those championship top 5 finished before we get out of here. Hauser up on top. Fisher second. Henderson third. So the top 3 in the championship. 1, 2, 3 in the race here tonight. Great job padding some points there for themselves ahead of the rest of the field. Boyle back in 15th. Not the night that he would have liked, but still a decent result here in that number 3 machine. It looked great out there all night. I'll tell you what. Daniel Lehman, that number 10, 5th in the championship, top 5 with the pole. So great job there by him. We'll take a look before we get out of here, as well as the points before coming in to that Texas Motor Speedway here. Race number 16, Season 3, the Inspired Cup Series with the Inspired Racing League. Mike Hauser, Elijah Fisher, Josh Henderson, Peyton Boyle, Daniel Lehman, the top 5 there. Travis Farmer, Kate Cannon, Jeffrey Peppers, Joe White, Justin Greenlee, Thomas Hernandez, Crispy Lou, Levi Ramsey, Bobby Holloman, Maxwell Tigner, Bobby Hadaway, Trent Jones, Sean Hamilton, Stephen Henning Jr., and Chris Lyota. Your top 20 there in the championship. Great look there at all those stats. But let's go ahead. We're going to get out of here. It was a great night here. Push Edge Productions bringing you all the action with the Inspired Racing League. Here with the Inspired Cup Series tonight, Mondays. Don't want to miss it. All nights that we broadcast, we start 7:45 p.m. CST, 8:45 p.m. EST. Mondays with the Inspired Cup Series. Tuesdays, Hot Fuel Racing League. So tomorrow, you're going to want to check us back out. Same time, same place, right here on Push Edge Productions on our YouTube. We'll be on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok tomorrow. They are going over to Langley with the late model stock, so that's going to be fun. Wednesday, we head over to the Fuji Road Course with the Platinum Truck Series. That's going to be a fun one. Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. CST, we'll be heading racing with the Midwest Racing Fun League, doing a triple header behind the wheel, doing a little bit of Truck Series, O'Reilly, and Next Gen Racing. So that's going to be fun. Ride with me as we race 3 races Friday night. That one's going to be fun. Saturday, the Heat Series makes its debut. Daytona for the Heat Series here with the Inspired Racing League. That one's going to be fun. 7:45 CST, 8:45 p.m. EST. Not going to want to miss it. Sunday, we head to IRP with the Trucks, the Rogue Racing League. There, same time, same place. Make sure you hit the like button if you made it this far on the video. Go down there, drop a like. Make sure that you are subscribed to the Inspired iRacing League YouTube, as well as the Push to Edge Productions YouTube. Go ahead over there, drop us a sub as well. Like the video. I appreciate you guys so much. But that is going to do it from Texas. Here from Fort Worth, Texas Motor Speedway, the Inspired Racing League, Inspired Cup Series, race number 16, season 3. What a night. Mike Hauser, congratulations. Elijah Fisher, Josh Henderson, up on the podium. What a night. But here for Greg Thielsen, Push to Edge Productions. Until next time, push the edge and find the limit.